meeting to the drainage board of October 17th at 11 a.m. First thing of business is approval of the minutes. Is this one you want me to sign?
Yeah, that'll be fine, they're all the same.
I'll second that motion. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. At this time, I'm gonna turn it over to the surveyor, Mr. Shockley, for new business and old business.
Start off with old business, George Hunt, just talked to Alan George, the contractor, who's doing the Camden project, and he said he just started at the end of last week. It's in the deep end, he's went about 100 foot so far, and it's 1,800 foot for the whole project, so he's guessing probably about a month from now before he'll be doing the section over the highway, so it's gonna be, we may have to continue our meeting in November again, I guess, but he's,
You don't have, I like George and everything, but he don't have the heavy equipment to do all this, does he? He got an excavator around?
well, he'll rip stuff.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what a lot of them do, yeah, they keep small stuff and then rent just per job,
Right.
they can charge her up to the job, you know.
No, I mean, if it's gonna get done right, go do it right.
Yeah, he said that he's, I knew I thought I seen him Saturday home stuff, so I figured he's getting started on it, and so, like at 9s or whatever, 8s or something on there, all bed pipe down, supposed to, so that's where we're at on that, so next month I'll see what we do from that.
Another update, probably have another update.
Yep, and then, well, just continue
okay.
hearing if we need to or whatever, so, as long as it's getting done, so, next thing, the last meeting on the stormwater for boroughs, Pittsburgh, you told me to kind of, or Ted had brought up maybe contacting the health department, and, me and, Kevin went out there last week and kind of walked around, and I kind of showed him where some of our drainage were and stuff like that, and, just, and talking to him in general about it, and, I mean, he would have the funds to get, any issues if there is somebody dumping into the storm drain, we could do that. He could get cameras in and track and see where it's coming from and see where all the tie-ins are at and everything. But, as far as actual stormwater, he wouldn't have any grants either, as far as he knows of anyway. He said he'd do some looking and stuff, and then I told him I'd try to get him, he kind of wanted more of a detailed maps, he's kind of new to the area, so I could show what all county drains are that I know of around that area. And I have one small map of boroughs, but as far as Pittsburgh, we don't have nothing there, so it'll all have to be exploratory and stuff like that. I haven't really heard too much about any kind of septic or anything in Pittsburgh anyway, it's more just all the springs and the stormwater running down the road instead of being high like they could be, so, I mean, I'll give you a better update.
Well, if all that water running through there, they're probably just cleaning out their septic with it too.
Yeah, so,
I mean, if it's that, I mean, it's always wet,
where's that?
there in Pittsburgh.
Oh, yeah. Well, like I said, I know there's some issues on that one right there by the landmark or whatever we used to do here in the beach now. One of the big phone lines comes down through there and cuts through part of that tile, that's why we always struggle keeping it. It just sucked dirt around that phone lines and get in there and plug it up. So I'm sure they're right next to that stop sign too, or yield sign, so it could be that post in it now too, you don't know until, but, I mean, we do have an access point in the alley just kinda east from that intersection, so we could run the camera up there eventually if need be to figure something out and go from there, but we'll kinda wait till we get to that point. So I can kinda, I had a couple questions for Ted that I have in my hair, I was just gonna ask before, we continue on to see legally what we gotta do and stuff.
They always wait till that, or wait till you talk to them.
Yeah, and that's why I figured we just kinda, continuing to talk with or get them out to the health department, and then kinda get with Ted, and then kinda have an update next month, as far as how we proceed with that. And then, monthly new business, we didn't have no new work orders this month, just an update, 5640, which is, you know, an extra $20 a month or something, or $30 a month, but they just left it the same as this year, and then they also took away our 1,000 for extra help, so, other than our normal stuff, if we had to do something like we would apply for an additional, or whatever, if we get into a court case or something like that, or it'd be
Like we
charged.
had last week,
Mhm.
like with this other stuff we got.
Yeah, so, I mean, we'll have to wait and see then, but everything else held the same, and that's pretty much what I asked for, other than $1,000, so. I mean, it is what it is, and work with what we got. Next thing is, just I think it was last Thursday, or, yeah, I think it was last Thursday, they finally got me BFS is doing the drainage and everything for the jail out there, for the site and proposed plans and everything, get ready to do. They just sent to me, I know in the past, we had the highway department engineer kind of go over a lot of this stuff, but they didn't know that's who you want me to get with and have him look us over.
Said you'd be willing to do that stuff.
Yeah, and when I talked to this guy, he was asking, and I told him we kinda tried to do this, you know, I mean, he met the standards of Tippecanoe Union County, he's probably doing more than what we actually require, I mean, that's a good neighboring county that does stuff, so.
That's for drainage or?
Yeah, basically it's a drainage report, I mean, it showed all the calculations of before, construction, after construction. They're putting in a retention pond to catch a lot of it, and
That's stormwater.
and then, yeah, and then proceed, yeah, it's basically a stormwater report here, has some pictures and maps, and they have, there's also a file attached to email, has the great big maps that has all, where the drainage is going, and a little bit of it's gonna go up in the front on that, you know, there, along the road, just that front part of that parking or whatever, and then everything else is gonna go to the back, and they took into consideration any expansions and stuff, so they pushed everything around, so in case they ever done any of that, it wouldn't be in the way.
Which we already have we got that ditch that runs through there on the other side of it.
Yeah,
Why do we need a retention pond?
yeah, because you're putting so much asphalt and building there, the water will soak into the ground, so it's gonna send more water there quicker.
So we don't flood it
Overflow.
Yeah,
downstream.
yeah, so basically it's a retention pond, catch it, put it out through a smaller pipe, and then it'll, it keeps it at what it's doing now, basically,
Makes
just,
sense.
yeah.
Didn't think about that.
Yeah, so. And then that was one other thing, I know I'm good, I didn't say no new work orders, but I did have a landowner up by the old Michaels, contact me, I guess this last spring, when we had that real quick thaw. Well, all the water was coming up in their buildings there, the auto unique, whatever it is, and done several $1,000s of damage, and they say there's some stormwater there, and more likely it's going to the Gilbert drain that we have, that's on our maintenance plan, it runs by the football field and stuff. And I said, well, I mean, I don't know, I just think it was just how it did it, the ground was still frozen and everything, but after looking at some maps, the Hillcrest Manor has this retention pond to keep the water from there, stormwater, and it's supposed to leak in, well, there's a lot of trees growing up right close to our main drain, so. I got the contractor is gonna have a camera, I'm doing a couple other projects, so we're gonna go over and camera that and make sure it's not full roots, and that may have caused a problem. So, and then, even if it didn't cause a problem, we're probably gonna clear the trees off of that, because you gotta stay so far back away from it. Yeah, if not, it's going to eventually, yeah, so. And that may be part of the problem, why it doesn't drain to the east there, over on the other side of the highway as well as it used to, I mean, so. We're gonna look into that, and I'll have a better update hopefully next month, if we can get the guy out there to get the work done for them, so. Other than that, miles for the month was 259 miles for September. We collected $400 in permit fees in September, brought us up to $35.75. And next drainage board will be the 21st of November, 11, and we have the George Hunt hearing continuation, 11/15. Other than that, I did take the county vehicle in for service, and ended up needing a new alternator, and I got the batteries. I I've never had a place in 6 years I had it,
It doesn't really.
and
help.
it's said it's weak, so I'm gonna go get it taken care of this week before claims are due at the end of this month, or this week, so.
That's cool.
Get it taken care of, be done before winter, cause winter's hard on them.
They're home, we're talking about a vehicle, cause exactly that.
Yeah. So, yeah, kind of, the cold weather kind of makes things go bad, so.
Anything from the public?
No,
Public? No, wait a minute, you're not even public.
I am public. I represent the public. I'm putting in the meetings for November 7th into my calendar.
All right, anything motion to adjourn?
I'll move to adjourn.
I'll second that. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion, meeting is adjourned. That was quick. 2 quick meetings. Took an hour for the first one.
Well, it's been dry summer too, we haven't really had a lot of.
Trying to say no.
Yeah, so I'm just kinda, I actually am getting some ditches together to spray for next spring and maybe dip in some ditches this fall sometime too, after harvest. Trying to get some, a lot of